Good morning. Welcome to our Heavenly Parents Oceania morning devotion with Rev Yamada Yutaka. Today is Wednesday, 20th of May, 2025, or 2nd of May, 13 of Chonirguk year. So we will now offer a bow to Heavenly Parents and True Parents. So please stand up. Okay. 천진 참부모님께 경배. 바로 we will now recite our family pledge in both Korean and English. Thank you.
가전맨세 3. 전일국 주인 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 판조권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 3. Our family, the owner of Chonilguk, pledges to perfect the 4 great realms of heart, the 3 great kingships, and the realm of the royal family by centering on true love.
Thank you. So today, for our opening prayer, I will read Mother's Prayer. So please join my prayer. True Mother's Prayer of Liberation, 19th of January 2018, Gorée Island, Senegal. Heavenly Parent, how many long years have you passed as you have worked and took a sorrowful course to find your sons and daughters? We know of the history that has been in heaven many times because of humankind ignorance. Heavenly Parent, nevertheless, you never gave up on us. Thus, you were able to find the victorious true parents, for whom you had wished for so long. When all the people of the world are reborn through the true parents and can be called my son, my daughter, they will be such happiness and delight on that day. Heavenly Parent, the true parents, true mother, the only begotten daughter of God, has come here today. Christianity did not know your deep will or Jesus' essence, and they left a sorrowful history here in Africa and on Gorée Island. Where did Jesus' words of love your neighbor as yourself go? How could they treat people in this way because of differences in skin color? Please remember the people of Africa who have endured and waited for more than 500 sorrowful years. Beloved true parents, today in the name of true parents, I liberate the sorrowful spirit of Gorée Island, and through the spiritual workshop conducted by Heavenly Parent, they can be resurrected as good spirit and turn into each and be with their descendants so the Africa can become an African that can realize the dream of human family centered on Heavenly Parent and become the light and the lamp of the world. Let us cooperate enthusiastically to achieve a world of no more conflicts, suffering, or war, one world of complete harmony and unification centered on Heavenly Parent. I liberate and proclaim this in the name of true parents. Thank you. So now let us invite Rev Yutaka for today's message.
Can you see the slide?
Yeah, we can see the morning devotion picture.
Okay. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining today's morning Hondoke. Today is also the beginning of the day. Let's put our heart and 심정 and begin the day. Yesterday morning, because of the internet connection, connection was cut off. So contents, I will repeat the same contents from the beginning. So I hope you can also see well. 2 days ago, we arrived in Solomon Island, our President Hori, Mrs. Hori, and myself, and this is welcoming in airport. So you can see, and Solomon brothers and sisters welcomed us, and also President Hori gave the message, and also offering special song from members. So it was a beautiful time. And one of the main purpose to visit the Solomon Island this time is to the opening celebration of the Sonnak Building 2, funded by Hori Mada Han. So you can see this is the new building, and we had this ceremony yesterday. So it was so beautiful and great time. So each person gave the message. Around 6-7 guests, including President Hori, Mrs. Hori, gave the message, and also Reverend Norman and Dr. Hadi, Mr. Masoku, many also gave the message yesterday. So you can see many children also attended together. So almost they are waiting us from 8 o'clock. Event started from 9 o'clock until 11 or 12. But they are really sitting well and enjoying well this gathering. So they are so cute and sanctify this building, and the ribbon cutting ceremony, and also celebration. So you can see. So this is the new building. So those children are so much happy and welcomed us. So Turumada was really concerning and really thinking our Solomon Island to develop more and more, because how each person put the chanson and how really we can feel and deliver the mother's message is important. So this is just also the starting moment. We have to raise them up as the future generation and leader, and for Solomon Island, for Oceania, and for world level. So it was great success. So please also give big hand to our Solomon Island, all brothers and sisters. So thank you for your hard work, and also of course offer the appreciation to our true mother, Hori Mada Han. You can see they are so cute kids. They have great time. So Solomon Island. So today, Mrs. Moriko will go back to Japan, and also ourselves. Tomorrow we will move to New Zealand. So we will continuously do these things. And yesterday there was also holiday. Did you have a good time in each churches or centers? So it was holiday. This is Sydney side. Thank you, our Sydney brothers and sisters, to prepare and joining. That's also good celebration and online together. Yes, that's the Sydney. This is Melbourne side. Yes, thank you, our Melbourne side. And this is the New Zealand side. And Marshall Island. Only that. So anyway, I believe everyone offering special things. I received Fiji. Maybe tomorrow I will share the Fiji photo. So if you have photo, you can send me. I can also share to all brothers and sisters. Okay. Anyway, thank you for joining all the time. Let's continue to do our best. Okay. Today we will go to the value of true parents in heaven's providence, and we will go to the new chapter, the essence of Jesus and Christian history. So let's study together. Okay, please.
The history of the providential restoration, seeking the true parents of heaven's lineage. Number 1, the foundation to send the only begotten son and only begotten daughter. Both heavenly parent and heavenly parent's providence are absolute, unique, unchanging, and eternal. In the beginning, heavenly parent had a dream. That dream was to give birth to all of humankind as sons and daughters, whom Heavenly Parent could love completely, and to realize a world where they and Heavenly Parent could share limitless love and experience eternal joy and happiness together.
Yes, thank you. Both Heavenly Parent and Heavenly Parent's providence are absolute, unique, unchanging, and eternal. In the beginning, Heavenly Parent has a dream. So we also talk about these things, the dream of our Heavenly Parent. So how we can fulfill Heavenly Parent dream? If it was not happen, even it was not happen, it was not disappeared. Heavenly Parent is continuously investing and fulfilling until fulfillment of God's dream. So how we can fulfill these things, offer to fulfill to our Heavenly Parent. So that is the important point of our Heavenly Parent dream. Yes.
If the first ancestors of humankind created in the beginning had become true parents who achieved complete oneness in heart with Heavenly Parent, that dream would have been fulfilled. However, because our first ancestors, Adam and Eve, fell after failing to keep the commandment, do not eat, that Heavenly Parent had given to help them reach perfection, the world that has developed over the course of human history is one with the fallen lineage unrelated to the lineage of Heavenly Parent.
Yes, thank you. There was Heavenly Parent dream, which he tried to fulfill through the ancestor and also human fall. That's why through the divine principle, we learned those restoration history was secret of the history of beginning of our human life itself. So originally, all human beings have to be born as the children of God, children of Heavenly Parent with God's lineage. But because of fall, it wasn't happened, and all children, all human beings were born without relationship with our Heavenly Parent. Please.
Heavenly Parent, whose beginning and end are the same, cannot just abandon fallen humankind. To restore fallen people and give them rebirth as sons and daughters of goodness who have inherited Heavenly Parent's lineage, and to establish Chonungkuk, the ideal world where Heavenly Parent can personally dwell, Heavenly Parent selected Israel as the chosen people and central nation that, in accordance with Heavenly Parent's will, would carry out the providence of restoration among fallen humanity. As the central nation of the providence of restoration, the chosen people of Israel had the mission to attend and follow Heavenly Parent, inherit Heavenly Parent's lineage, and give birth to the only begotten Son and only begotten daughter, who were to become the true parents of humankind.
Yes. So because of human fall, God's dream was not fulfilled at the time, but from the moment God started the providence to restoration and to continue to fulfill God's dream. So the dream of establishing the God's kingdom is never changed. So it says, as the central nation of the providence of restoration, the chosen people of Israel had the mission to attend and follow Heavenly Parent, inherit Heavenly Parent's lineage, and give birth to the only begotten Son and only begotten daughter, who are to become the true parents of humankind. So through the chosen people, Israelites, God led the providence. Please.
Through the providence of restoration, through indemnity, Heavenly Parent carried out the providential plan to give birth to the only begotten Son and only begotten daughter. Working through righteous families, Heavenly Parent sought to restore a lineage on the side of goodness by having central figures representing the side of goodness, win over the hearts of central figures representing the side of evil. Through 3 generations, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Heavenly Parent established the foundation for the restoration of the lineage, through which the only begotten Son and only begotten daughter could be sent, and established the chosen people of Israel.
Yes. So providence of restoration through the family or restoration of the lineage. We really remember those providence through the divine principle and Bible. So it says about the family of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because of their victorious foundation, the new beginning of providence was started. So Israel, do you know the meaning of Israel? The meaning of Israel, this is the victor, and it was given to Jacob because of the victory. So from Jacob's descendants, of course, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, their descendants, their name became the Israelites. So we can see that history, and that history of chosen people are studied. Please.
However, to send the only begotten Son and only begotten daughter, a national level foundation for the chosen people of Israel had to first be established so that the providence could connect effectively with the nations of the world. After 2,000 years, a national foundation centered on the chosen people of Israel had been established, and during the era of the Roman Empire, the necessary environment had been prepared to send the only begotten Son and only begotten daughter, who would become the true parents. Finally, it became possible for heaven to send the long-awaited only begotten Son and only begotten daughter.
Yes. So because of victory of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob family, the providence had been started based on the victory or victorious foundation. But because of lacking foundation of the world level, this Israelite history continued until welcoming the only begotten Son and only begotten daughter. So after victory of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob family, how long did it take? It took 2,000 years. So as we studied about divine principle, there are many central figures in Israelites' life itself. Sometimes they success, sometimes they fail, because of this providence was prolonged. And after 2,000 years, finally, this foundation was prepared for welcoming only begotten Son and only begotten daughter at the time. Please.
Number 2, the essence of Jesus, the only begotten Son, born after 4,000 years as the fruit of the providence of restoration through indemnity. After 4,000 years of the providence of restoration through indemnity, Heavenly Parent was finally able, through Mary, to bring about the birth of Jesus, the only begotten Son, who inherited Heavenly Parent's lineage. What Heavenly Parent hoped to fulfill through Jesus, the only begotten Son, was the ideal of true parents that God had originally hoped to fulfill through Adam and Eve, the first ancestors of humankind. For this purpose, Heavenly Parent chose and worked through Mary and the high priest Zechariah to give birth to Jesus, the only begotten Son.
Yes. After 4,000 years of the providence of restoration through indemnity, Heavenly Parent was finally able, through Mary, to bring about the birth of Jesus, the only begotten Son, who inherited Heavenly Parent's lineage. So through the history, finally, Jesus could be born on this earth. But providence cannot be completed only by Jesus, only by only begotten Son. There is the idea of true parents. The purpose of heavenly providence is to fulfill the purpose of the ideal of true parents. So birth of Jesus Christ was just starting point of this ideal. Please.
Mary, who was betrothed to Joseph, received the revelation that she would give birth to the only begotten Son, and with absolute faith decided to accept Heavenly Parent's will. Mary went to the house of Zechariah, a respected high priest, who was her relative and the father of John the Baptist. While she was there, Zechariah's wife Elizabeth testified to Mary's conception of Jesus. Heavenly Parent made Mary, Zechariah, and Elizabeth the first to know of Jesus' conception.
Yes, there was engagement between Joseph and Mary, but where was the place to be carried on the heaven's providence? It was in the Zachariah family, and that moment the central figure were Mary, Zachariah, and Elizabeth. Maybe you heard also many times. A mother also emphasized their responsibility. Then what kind of hope and responsibility are with them? Please.
These were people with the crucial mission to attend the support Jesus, who would be born as the only begotten Son, and to obey Heavenly Parent's will. Thus, after 4,000 years of history as recorded in the Bible, Jesus, who was sent by heaven as Heavenly Parent's only begotten Son, who was to become one of the true parents of humankind, was conceived by the Holy Spirit in Mary's prepared womb. For the first time, the only begotten Son, who could uniquely receive Heavenly Parent's first love, was born on earth.
Yes. There were people with the crucial mission to attend and support Jesus, who would be born as the only begotten Son and to obey Heavenly Parent's will. So those people, Mary, Zachariah, or Elizabeth, they are not standing at the position, the individual position. They are standing as the representative of the whole Israelite history, even the representative of the whole history of the restoration from Adam and Eve. So what kind of history were there before the Jesus Christ? And based on that foundation, finally, Jesus was born. So it says, Jesus, who was sent by heaven as Heavenly Parent's only begotten Son, who was to become one of the true parents of humankind, was conceived by the Holy Spirit in Mary's prepared womb. So this moment was really the historical moment. Please.
The essence of Jesus, who was born as Heavenly Parent's only begotten Son, is as follows. First, Jesus, the only begotten Son, was born with the inheritance of Heavenly Parent's love and lineage. Through the providence of restoration to recover the heavenly lineage, Heavenly Parent worked through Mary and Zechariah to finally give birth to Jesus as the only begotten Son. The birth of the only begotten Son is solely the result of Heavenly Parent's will.
Yes. First, Jesus, the only begotten Son, was born with the inheritance of Heavenly Parent's love and lineage. So he was born as the dialected child of our Heavenly Parent with Heavenly Parent's lineage. Please.
Second, Jesus, the only begotten Son, lived according to the principles of creation and achieved complete maturity and perfection of heart. While he was growing up, as he engaged in dialogue with Heavenly Parent, he came to personally experience the world of Heavenly Parent's heart and to perfect his own heart. In complete oneness of heart with Heavenly Parent, he lived as a person of perfected individual character, a pure man preparing to ascend to the position of true parents. which our first ancestors had been meant to accomplish in the original Garden of Eden.
Yes. Second, Jesus, the only begotten Son, lived according to the principles of creation and achieved complete maturity and perfection of heart. So even there are not many stories in the Bible, but during the Jesus Christ, his younger time, or even the youth time, or after that, he received direct guidance and love from our Heavenly Parent, and he grew up. Please.
Third, Jesus, the only begotten Son, was to become humanity's true Father. Having reached perfection as an individual, Jesus was to meet the only begotten daughter at heaven's appointed time, and together they would participate in the holy wedding to become the true parent of humankind. Jesus devoted his entire life to fulfilling Heavenly Parent's ideal of true parents.
Yes. Third, Jesus, the only begotten Son, was to become humanity's true Father. So Jesus' life cannot be ended as just individual life or by himself alone. He should have been fulfilling or have to fulfill the dream or ideal of true parents and have to complete the providence of a Heavenly Parent. Please.
Fourth, Jesus, the only begotten Son, is the one who realizes Heavenly Parent's dream by completing himself as a true parent. Then, as a true parent, Jesus was to bring rebirth and resurrection to all humankind, making the ideal of true families a substantial reality, take dominion over all creation through true love, and realize the ideal world of creation, where all of humankind substantially attends and lives together with Heavenly Parent as one family.
Yes. Fourth, Jesus, the only begotten Son, is the one who realized Heavenly Parent's dream by completing himself as a true parent. So we can see the fulfillment of the ideal of God creation. So this was also the purpose and the mission of the Jesus Christ at the time. Please.
Fifth, Jesus, the only begotten Son, remained completely one in heart with Heavenly Parent until his final moments, despite having to face crucifixion due to the failure of the central figures who should have attended and supported him during his public ministry. Even at the critical moment facing death, Jesus thought first of Heavenly Parent and humanity. In the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus shed desperate tears in prayer, with a heart grieving not for his own life, but out of the sorrow that Heavenly Parent's providence would have to be extended.
Yes. Fifth, Jesus, the only begotten Son, remained completely one in heart with Heavenly Parent until his final moments, despite having to face crucifixion due to the failure of the central figures who should have attended and supported him during his public ministry. So we can see the history, life of our Jesus Christ. Jesus have never given up in his life or even his mission. So before Jesus' birth, what kind of history was there through Israelites or all humanity? And even before that, Jesus knew those history of humanity or even the heart of the Heavenly Parent or painfulness or sadness of a Heavenly Parent. That's why until last minute, he tried to fulfill his mission and also the providence of Heavenly Parent. So during that moment, how was our Heavenly Parent heart. Heavenly Parent was looking at the life of Jesus when he was facing difficulty, received the persecution, and foundation were not ready or prepared because of lack, shortcoming of each providential figures. So Heavenly Parent and Jesus, their heart were there at the time. Please.
Sixth, even when he had to walk the path alone due to the failure of the central figures and the people of his time, the only begotten Son, Jesus, established a foundation for his original responsibility to be fulfilled at the second coming. He showed humankind a model of true love by comforting heaven and asking that those who had driven the one who was meant to become the true Father of humanity to his crucifixion be granted forgiveness. Jesus came as the only begotten Son, and the victorious foundation that he left as the only begotten Son will remain for all eternity.
Yes, thank you. So when Jesus Christ, this is the final slide, when Jesus Christ ended his life, he didn't end his life for himself. He knew that God have to continue the providence after his crucifixion, and there was Heavenly Parent heart, and also life of humanity or descendants after that generation. And he could not meet the only begotten daughter, and also could not become the true parents. That's why when he was on the cross, he also prayed and knew that about the future providence, about appearance of the second advent of the Messiah, and also surely he was dreaming to meet the only begotten daughter in the next life. Even he could not meet at that moment, or he could not see at that moment yet. So with those heart, he went to the cross and also connect to the next providence. Throughout his 33 years life, how many times could he have happy moment or exciting moment or beautiful moment? From younger time, from youth time, and even after starting the public mission, nobody could understand, nobody helped in the real meaning of God's providence. And in the same time, he had the big mission which have to fulfill the heaven's dream. So when we think about the heart of the Jesus Christ again, we can also feel from different perspective. Have to fulfill the ideal of becoming true parents, but he could not meet the only begotten daughter. He could not have the holy wedding ceremony, and he could not become the true parents at that moment. So once again, we have to understand those sorrowful, painful, but still have a strong determination to fulfill and love Heavenly Parent. Once again, we can also feel and understand those heart. So through life of Jesus Christ, because of his unchanging faith and love, the next providence, the current providence was also started from at that moment. So through this life of Jesus Christ, we can also understand, and this providence has been reached to the current providence centering on our Heavenly Parent and true parents. So today we share those messages continuously, learn well, and pray, and also receive the inspiration and message. We can see there are many central figure. Central figure was not only just one or two or three. Actually, those persons who are living with Jesus Christ, the Israelites, or many people, but they could not fulfill the all responsibility until the end. So finally, providence was postponed. So we are living also the similar providential era together with true parents, together with only begotten daughter. So how we can connect with God's providence, how we can fulfill God's providence. This is also a crucial moment. So let's also prepare well and determine well. And in the beginning, I explained about the Solomon Island providence. So I hope if some Solomon side brothers and sisters, if you can share some testimony or your feedback is also good. So any contents, of course, relating with today's message or Solomon activity or even in your activities is also good. So let's have a sharing time and also do well. So thank you for joining today's morning Hondoke. Have a great time. 감사합니다.
감사합니다. Thank you so much, Reverend Yutaka. So now we will do our reflection time. So first, as Reverend Yutaka said, is there some of the missioner of Solomon who wants to share? Oh, yes, President Norman.
Yeah. Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank Heavenly Parents to parents for this beautiful day. And also like to thank Reverend Yutaka for the inspiring message shared this morning. Okay, some reflection on yesterday's event. Thank you, Reverend Yutaka, for reporting. First of all, I would like to thank our Director, Reverend Hori and Miss Hori, and Reverend Yutaka for visiting Solomon Islands despite of their busy schedule. Yesterday event was really moving and inspiring when the 6 new classrooms was finally inaugurated yesterday. So I would like to thank Holy Mother Han for gracing us His love through funding this 6 new classroom building. This will expand secondary level for to expand secondary level studies students. Yeah, so I would like to thank the leaders who came to Solomon Islands. The government representative was so happy to receive our leaders yesterday, and so happy that New Hope is extending building another school for students in Solomon Islands. With that, I also would like to thank Reverend Yutaka for his managing and coordinating this project very well. We can see only 3 months this project is we are working on it. So I want to thank Reverend Yutaka for his guidance and throughout of this project. And also I want to thank all the Oceania families, nation for your continuous prayers and support towards this project, Mara's project, which is successfully complete yesterday. And I want to thank all our Solomon community leaders and elder blessed families for their continuous support for the very smooth construction of this 6 new building. Thank you. With those big thanks to Holy Mother Han. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for sharing. So, yes, now we can share about today's words. So I can be the first one who can share today's reflection. So I was really touched in the first part of the words that it's saying about Heavenly Parents' dream. So in the beginning, Heavenly Parents had a dream. That dream was to give birth to all of humankind as sons and daughters, whom Heavenly Parent could love completely, and to realize a world where they and Heavenly Parent could share limited love, experience eternal joy and happiness together. So, like these days, the missionaries here in Sydney, we are doing like the Champo Moron's lectures for the guest. We couldn't start like giving that much, but we are also studying together. And when I was thinking like why True Mother is emphasizing uh, these Champo Moron lectures. So the difference, like I think a little bit from the divine principle is like they're emphasizing more in the true heavenly parent stream. So I think for the guests as well is like easy to understand. It looks like a really simple dream, but at the same time, I think is one of the hardest dream to achieve. Like every day you have to make an effort like to make these dreams of heavenly parent come true. So I think it's not easy, but like each day, like as a um, especially blessed family, I think we are trying to give our best to achieve this dream. Yes, not only in our family, but uh, in more big like way to unite all the one family under God. So yes, it looks like sometime I was thinking that oh, Heavenly Parent Dream is really like simple and looks easy, but I think it's one of the hardest like dream to achieve. Each day we have to make an effort, like it's not easy. So yes, I was really touched and thinking like, how can I really achieve this dream each day, like making Heavenly Parent like happy? Yes, I'm not still blessed, but I hope that in the future as well. For now, like my own family and also our community can really make this Heavenly Parent uh, each day like more happier than yesterday. Yes. Thank you. Is there someone else who wants to share? Yes, Auntie Paula.
Good morning, Reverend Yamada and brothers and sisters. Uh, First of all, how to pronounce your name? Simon?
Yes, Shimun.
Simon, congratulations. Thank you so much for helping with the morning devotion this morning. And also, I really like that we are reading Mother's Prayer uh, to begin as well. Uh, in the morning reading, I was very happy to see that True Mother is mentioning Mary and Zachariah in this um, hundog. I've been praying for how to be able to share with my Christian brothers and sisters about the family of Zachariah. And actually, in the Bible, it speaks of the overshadowing. Mary will be overshadowed by the Spirit of the Most High. And in the context of Jewish history, the Most High is the highest priest. And I think our divine principle expresses the unity of religion and science. And it's so nice that now we can proclaim that Jesus actually had a physical father. So I was very happy to see that part of Mother's speech more and more. And congratulations to the Solomon Island for the extension of the school. What a blessing to Oceania. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So now, Hudi, you can be the next.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Is
can
it
hear
clear
you.
now?
We can hear
Is
you.
it
Yeah.
clear now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, thank you everyone for that congratulatory message. Yeah, I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Rev Yutaka and Reverend Hori and his gracious wife, Moriko Hori, the International President for Women's Federation for World Peace and Unification. Thank you so much for coming to the Solomons. You know, you have a busy schedule, but you find time to come and open the school yesterday. So yesterday was an enjoyable event. The students were very happy, as Reverend Norman has said. The representative of the Ministry of Education and Human Resource Development was very happy, and he will go back to the ministry, to the minister and his permanent secretary, like CEO of the ministry, to sort of like convey, you know, the very important and beautiful ceremony that happened yesterday. Yeah. So everybody were very happy. Yeah. So we have the opportunity to extend further um, from primary level education to secondary level education. So I think we will continue to meet with the education provider level, led by Uncle Norman, to really figure out how we would do this, whether we should extend to Form 6 or concentrate on the junior high school. So this is a policy decision that we have to make. Because at the moment, the certificate that the ministry has given to us is only for the junior high school level. That's from year 7 to year 9. So if we want to extend further, we need to apply again to the Ministry of Education for another approval and certificate. So that's about that. Yeah, so thank you very much, Reverend Yutaka. I think today, if everything went according to plan, Reverend Hori, the Continental Director of Heavenly Asia Pacific Region, and the Deputy Continental Director and the Regional Director of Oceania, Reverend Yutaka, will try and meet with the Governor General and maybe other leaders as well. Yes, hopefully everything will go according to plan. Yeah, so coming back to the message for this morning. Mary, I think, had the responsibility to unite. I mean, not Mary, but Elizabeth. Elizabeth had the responsibility to unite with Mary. But the Bible said that Mary only managed to live within Zachariah's family for 3 months. After 3 months, then maybe due to the relationship between Elizabeth and Mary was not really good. Mary was young. Mary was young and Elizabeth was older. So maybe some kind of, jealousy is coming in. So the relationship did not go according to plan. But according to God's providence, the family of Zechariah was supposed to be the protective uh, house that protects the Messiah. But because Elizabeth could not fulfill his responsibility, Mary had to leave the house and expose Jesus to the outside persecution. Yeah. So I think that's about that I wish to share. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. So maybe we can just do one more, like Selena, a bit the last one because of the time.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I just bought my phone, so I just make sure. Did everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So first of all, thank you, Heavenly Parents. Thank you, Holy Mother Han, for all the blessing for all of us. Yeah, just a reflection of yesterday. Thank you, Dr. Hori, Mrs. Hori, Dr. Rev Yutaka, for coming to Solomon Islands. Reflection from yesterday is very proud of True Mother in the Solomon Islands. All the children in the New York always talk about True Mother. They always mention True Mother whenever they see the pictures of true parents in the classrooms. They always say, "Oh, this is Father Moon. This is Mother Moon." So even teachers in New York school, they really aware of this word. It's like true parents' words in the school is very known to all teachers. So I'm very proud of True Mother in the nation of Solomon Islands. Yesterday's reflection is, how can we witness True Mother in the school in the Solomon Islands as True Mother bless the nation with this very beautiful buildings. But the responsibility is how we can declare begotten daughter to the nation of Solomon Islands is the heart that we have for this nation and the Oceania as a whole. So I'm very proud and very grateful. And the responsibility is how every day, how can I testify True Mother in this nation for new generation, the students, teachers of this school as a model school for Solomon Island. Thank you so much, all leaders of Oceania, Asia Pacific, supporting this very important project that we can testify True Mother in our region. This is my heart. I'm very proud for all leaders, for all Asia Pacific leaders, blessing Solomon Islands, educating all members in the Solomon Islands 15 years ago. We never forget all of you. Thank you so much. We will do our best to declare True Mother every day. Thank you, all leaders. Thank you, our families. God bless all of us. Everybody have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. And yes, now we will do our unison prayer. 아주, 아주, 아주. So thank you so much for joining for today's Sundoke. And yes, thank you so much, Reverend Yutaka, for sharing your message. And have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.